Sound of HR, where we bring real conversations, practical insights, and strong sense of community to the HR professionals. I'm Elizabeth Saitta, your Executive Director of SHRM-Long Island, and I'm here today with Morgan Marran from Ampersand Marketing and our very own marketing chairperson. So, Morgan, tell us a little bit about what you do at Ampersand and how you help SHRM-Long Island with its marketing missions.
Yeah, absolutely. So with Ampersand Marketing, I am the account director, deal with clients on a day-to-day basis, love what we do. We're a full-service marketing agency. And specifically with SHRM-Long Island, we were brought in to initially help with promoting the conference, and then that really turned into a
complete rebrand.
Yeah, complete rebrand, and I don't think we're on year 4 of our relationship. So now I serve as the marketing chair with the organization, and we just really help promote any monthly events. Most importantly, though, is the annual conference. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Which we're so super excited.
So excited. When is it? October 9th?
Yep, October 9th. Registration's open.
Yes.
Early bird specials are good until September 9th. So I'm being very generous. So make sure you get your ticket. Yes. So let's get into it. Let's get into employee branding, right? Because that's the whole purpose of today's podcast. What sparked your interest in connection between marketing and branding? Like, why did you get into this field?
Honestly,
besides Dad.
Yeah, exactly. This field kind of fell on my lap, but it's very interesting how unique each business can be when they really are their full authentic selves. So with branding, I think that you want to be professional when you're a company, but I think it's really a opportunity for these companies to be themselves and showcase who they are.
Absolutely. How can companies better showcase their culture and work environment online, in your opinion?
Yeah, this definitely an opinion. I know everybody might not feel the same way, but I do think having some videos or quotes or something from your C-suite team, or at least somebody who employees are seeing on a daily basis, really having, again, that being your authentic corporate self as much as you can be online. I think that's huge for anybody looking to work with your company or your current employees. So really getting those organic, not always TikTok style videos, but just an organic, almost like what we're doing here, like an organic point of view from the leaders in the organization. I think that's huge if you could properly promote those and post those.
Oh, absolutely. And I think knowing who your customer is and the talent that you want to attract should also be reflective in your company branding.
Absolutely.
And we just had this conversation last week at the Health and Wellness Symposium is, we're doing a better job at SHRM-Long Island marketing the events, taking some feedback, trying to get a one-pager of what's happening, for the month.
Yeah, and even showcasing the sponsors. If anybody ever speaks and sends us a video, we'll post that. It's getting that organic point of view and kind of get that human connection online. I think that's
without a
important.
doubt, right? Because people are tired of looking at static material. So remind me after this podcast that we need to talk about TikTok videos.
Yes, and that's such a interesting step. I do kind of suggest companies start with something like being on a podcast like this and then roll into organic style, still professionally shot social media videos, and then get ready for TikTok. Because you don't want to just follow a trend because it's out there. You want to follow trends that apply to your business's culture, your company's culture. So yeah, definitely. I think we're at that phase that we kind of prepped everything, and now we're ready for the next step. Right. So
we're not doing the ice challenge, but we're definitely going to look into doing that type of marketing because it will help us communicate better with the younger generations of HR professionals that we're looking to attract.
Yeah, and I do think a lot of people, TikTok really boomed during COVID, so it's already 6 years past 2020, which is insane. So just everyone thinks of TikTok as kids. Those kids are now young adults who are entering the workforce. Sure. So yeah, TikTok is it's changing in our market too. We really need to focus on it because I use TikTok every day. Oh my God. On there for hours. So yeah, seeing something that actually applies to me as a
absolutely.
Great.
I mean, I'm not a TikToker, but my husband is, and he doesn't create TikToks. He watches, but then he'll send me the most amazing videos of whatever it is. Maybe it's cooking, or maybe it's, some gadget that he wants to buy.
Something that applies
but
to
it
him.
really makes me be like, oh, I think I want to buy this,
Yeah.
or I think I want to cook this.
Yep.
So it's very influential.
Yeah.
So
And great thing with those videos is if you're investing in TikTok, you get to post it on Instagram Reels, YouTube, things like that too. So it's really across all platforms. So it's great.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I definitely want to do that. So in your experience with the companies that you work with, what types of content help candidates picture themselves working at a company, right? So we already talked about maybe some of the C-suite, maybe doing some sort of commentary, but what are you using with your clients that they find useful and beneficial?
Yeah. So not only the C-suites, that's awesome if they're on a podcast, even if they're just talking about, towards the camera about their typical company culture, what you would see on a website, something like that. In addition to that, employee generated content. So that's where we get into these trends. So if say a healthcare employee is seeing something on their TikTok and they want to maybe like caring for a patient or something like that, maybe they're like going through their day to day and they're showcasing it on social. Obviously, no patients in there or anything, but you're seeing what the employee's doing on a basis. Maybe
Sure.
Maybe a nod to like an internal joke with it, or like a true false type of thing. So really getting that company culture from the employee's point of view. So the way that we do that is we would set up shoots with the actual employee, so it's professionally shot, or that employee could send in social media content that they just took on their phone and be edited and posted. But it's that nice organic feel in addition to the corporate posts that your
It's like
company's
real.
running.
Just real. Just like
something real.
Just like what we're doing right here, right?
Exactly. Like
Right? So we're a little nervous, but
Yes, totally.
we're just trying to be real here.
Yeah.
So that goes to say just how important employee stories and behind the scenes content
Absolutely.
is important for company branding.
Yeah.
Right. So what are some of the common mistakes companies make when they're trying to market themselves?
Everyone's different. So we're not the best at everything, but I do have an opinion on this. I do think some companies go too creative. So when you're going to their website, there still has to be a call to action. If it's recruiting people, you want them to know that there's a careers tab and where to apply. If you're going to a website and it's this beautiful, creative video and you're scrolling down and you're like, I don't know what this company does and I can't find anything, companies almost are speaking to themselves, which is great, but it's not effective. So you need to still think about who your end user is. Wow. So yeah, creativity is awesome. We love it in our business, but not everybody is there to do what you do. And mostly if an applicant is applying to 15 jobs a day, they want to go to your website and actually be able to navigate it and apply for a position and know what you do.
Yeah.
They want to get a sense of what you do before they go through the application process too.
Sure. I mean, that's their first impression.
Absolutely.
For the most part is your website when it's either a customer or a potential employee coming to your organization to work. So you need to make it feel, warm and welcoming.
Yeah, not rigid.
And create a positive work culture.
Yeah. And it's hard to do yourself. That's why working with an agency is helpful. We get to communicate that together. So
and that's why we use you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Because I can't do it alone.
You do a good job though.
So what social platforms are the most effective, do you think, for employee branding or, customer development?
Yeah. LinkedIn, I really do think. I know the
Come a long way.
Yeah, it has come a long way. There's more videos on there now that there's some stereotypes with LinkedIn, the people who just are prolific and I know ChatGPT and post everything. So aside from those people, which they're trying, it's become more of a social platform, but it also has that application tool and you get to know more of a business. But in addition to that, anybody who's applying for jobs or anybody who's posting jobs looking for new talent, I would say Instagram as well. So there's so many other platforms out there, but Instagram is a way to showcase all the reels you've been doing, all the videos, graphics, all in one shot. So anybody who's applying would definitely visit that platform first and just kind of see everything in 30 seconds. It's almost like equivalent of your website, but for your company's culture and who you are and what you do. So I would say LinkedIn and Instagram.
So you manage, and I just kind of pop in every once in a while, SHRM-Long Island social media.
Yes.
Can you talk to us about, the increase in engagement that you've seen
Yeah.
since, we hired you guys
Yeah.
to take over that role?
Absolutely. I wish I had some analytics for this, but no, we meet we talk every week, honestly. But when we have our quarterly meetings, I usually report on these. But I think in the last quarter, we've had a lot of events happening, but I think we saw like 125% increase in engagements. So engagements are people seeing the post, engaging with it, so liking it, sharing it, commenting. I love to see that when we post something, because it doesn't mean we're just okay, it reached these people. They're actually participating in the conversation. And it goes beyond events. We're actually sharing post-event content too. So people who attended, sharing some pictures, they share it on their LinkedIn. I'm super excited with this podcast for more of the Instagram, YouTube side, to extend the reach of that, because people, when they think of a organization like this, they think very LinkedIn, rigid, what it used to be. It's not anymore. But again, getting us on those other platforms to reach more people, the younger audience is great. But you do need content like this. So everyone's doing a great job. Turn One Studio is doing awesome with it. So super excited to see. I guess we'll talk about that next quarter at our next meeting.
Absolutely.
But how the results of this are.
So going back to social media kind of post, should it be a combination of, graphics, pictures, education, videos?
Yeah.
Like what's the recipe for success?
Yes, and there's totally different recipes by industry. You could have something a little more strict like healthcare. You don't want to offend certain people while you're going through. You want that might be a little more professional, educational graphics. If you're having an interview with a C-suite of that, maybe it's the owner of the practice. Maybe they're talking in a more professional sense. So I would say a nice mix of that for a more, you want to be approachable but still professional. So something like that would be a nice mix. But for someone like SHRM, or maybe a newer organization, they're looking for young talent, I would say definitely educational graphics on industry topics. You want to be relevant. You don't want to just post people talking and then not actually know what the mission is. But then also a nice mix of any short tidbits of content, so reels, maybe leading to any long form videos on a website. A nice mix would also be, like I was saying, those employee events, so graphic photos supported by the employees. Maybe they're sending that in. So a real mix of professional content, but also employee provided content. I think that's kind of the perfect recipe is, all right, you're looking at it, there's branded graphics, you see their logo on there, you know that they're communicating, they're experts in their industry. But then as you're going through, you're like, oh, wow, their holiday party looked really fun. Or the president of this company seems really approachable. Or maybe I've seen them out at a networking event too. You kind of get a sense of their personality. It's like you met them before you actually met them, so you're confident when you're going into that application process.
So that's awesome. So that leads us into SEO, AI, and modern marketing strategies.
Yeah.
Right? So I think you and your group has really helped SHRM-Long Island kind of level up.
Yeah.
We're not in the dark ages. I am trying to get us to a place of simplicity and process.
Yep. It takes time.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I want to leave SHRM-Long Island better than I found it.
We already have, but yes, absolutely.
But yeah, so talk to us a little bit about how does SEO help businesses get discovered by a potential employee?
Yeah, absolutely. So just think of what you're searching online when you're job searching. So you don't want to be super broad because every company in that industry will pop up. So you want to make sure you have a campaign that's dedicated to, it would be its own recruitment campaign. So it's more than what you're just doing to promote your company from a marketing advertising perspective. You want a separated recruiting campaign for those keywords that a recruiter might look for. So let's say maybe it's a BCBA job or a entry-level HR job. You want to make sure your keywords are fitting for that. But something new that I would say it's a challenge, but I think that we're pretty prepped on this is AI search. You don't only want to make sure you're optimized for those typical directories.
That's something new, yes.
Yep. You want to make sure you're optimized for those generative search platforms as well. So that's like ChatGPT, Perplexity, things like that. And it's, if you have a SEO partner, it's kind of the same campaign. even though people might tell you otherwise. But it's just, again, making sure that you're answering questions rather than just being there for the keywords. But to answer your question, it's all important. And that's why having a newer site is vital to the recruitment process, because you want to make sure you're popping up for these people, and also understanding the age and communication style of the role. So somebody who's younger, maybe they're 20, they're looking for jobs now, is going to be different than an executive who's 45 looking for a higher position. So just speaking their language through search and answering the questions before they come up. I feel like that's kind of how we manage search campaigns. But yeah, it's challenging for our clients, but that's why you need a partner that can really help you.
And that's something that you guys do really, really well.
Absolutely.
So you definitely need to reach out to Morgan and Ampersand Marketing to...
we have SEO Joe.
Yeah.
He's our special search tool.
Would you be able to do just kind of like look at what someone's currently doing and then... offer them a strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually, it's something we're promoting to prospective clients is a free search audit. So we'll take your website. We'll, of course, look at organic, but we'll also look at that AI opportunity. And then, we'll give you a full breakdown of what services we could provide to get you where you need to be.
Do we have SHRM-Long Island's AI?
We're working on it. That website.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to hire you to rebuild our website.
Yeah, it's okay. The C-Vent, though, for the conference is beautiful.
Yeah, C-Vent is its own machine.
I'd like to make that clear that we help SHRM with their graphics and social media. The website might need a refresh.
So what advice would you give companies looking to improve their online presence and employer brand? Maybe just summarize kind of everything we just kind of talked about. So if you're an HR professional looking to kind of rebrand your recruitment efforts, or if your company needs a complete rebranding, what advice would you give?
It's one simple word, and it's just being authentic. I really think if your company is a little more strict, not promote yourself that way, but speak that language. Don't be somebody you're not going to be, because that employee is going to be very disappointed after they go through a 2-month-long process, and then they're there and the company culture doesn't communicate. So, of course, promoting yourself online is great through these social media platforms, optimizing your website, making sure you're ready to be found online by these candidates. But as an HR professional, and this is where HR and marketing really do work together, developing your mission statement, your core values, and the type of people you want representing your company is a great way to start before this recruitment process, because you want to put things out there that people, they know what they're getting into.
Sure.
So I guess, my biggest advice is just be authentic. Don't try to be trendy if that's not the core of your business, because you're going to disappoint a lot of people. And your business is successful because it's been here and it is successful. So don't change anything for a different generation if that's not what aligns with your values.
Sure.
Just be yourself.
Absolutely. So then it's very important that as an employee, a forward-facing employee, if you are on the HR team, that individually your LinkedIn profiles are, up to date. You don't have a picture from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
that,
Exactly. If you're the recruiter, or not even the recruiter, if you are the HR professional that they are meeting with maybe at the end of this application process and they're ready to get hired, you want your LinkedIn to be up to date. You want your profile picture to look like the person who is going to be sitting across that table. That just makes them think that they know you already. It's comfortable. You're going to get that authentic applicant. But making sure your company page is branded with LinkedIn, and this is definitely a downside of the platform. We all get so much spam messaged to us. So if you find a quality candidate who might be at a position already and you're trying to recruit them, maybe they're a perfect fit, if you reach out to somebody, you want your page to be branded so they know that you're a real person, not a bot. You want information on the company, maybe a quick call to action on your profile, set that up so it goes to maybe the careers page, see what's open. It's just making that communication quicker, and making yourself a better version online, so that you're just more trustworthy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So looking ahead, how do you see recruitment marketing evolving over the next few years?
So with AI, I think a lot of people are, what I see online is they're discouraged because they're applying to these jobs online and it's just AI, and unless you have the keywords in your resume, blah, 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 it's just another application, one of 300 that I sent this month. I think a good opportunity for HR is to humanize that process. So maybe go back to, I know it's easier to have an AI system, but to go back and bring that personal touch to recruiting,
Sure.
I think it's a good differentiator in a world that everyone's just like, okay, apply.
Sure.
And we'll have our bots see if you're qualified, and maybe somebody will reach out. So even if it's a no or you're not a qualified candidate, have someone personally reach out to that person, because guess what? That's your last touch point of your company, and they're gonna feel good about the experience, even though it's a no. Of course, if it's a yes, they want to be talking to somebody.
Sure.
But yeah, it's very valuable for your company to bring a humanistic touch back to the recruiting system.
I think we lost a lot of that humanization.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of all the technology.
Yeah.
And because HR professionals are inundated, and they can spend countless hours looking through resumes.
Yeah.
I remember the New York Times. That's how I got my first job.
Yep.
And I had to fax my resume. Email didn't really exist back then, so I'm aging myself. And I had to go on an interview. There was no phone interview. I had to truck myself all the way into the city and put on a suit and pantyhose and all that stuff. And I did get it, though. I did get my first job.
But it's incredibly frustrating for people who are applying right now, and it just goes into a void. So bringing back these are people. It's not just another resume online. And another thing for anybody applying to jobs, I know I'm going to sound like your mom or something, but if you go to networking events and you're bringing back that human connection, not just sitting behind a computer, I'm not saying go to the office and go to the receptionist and say I want a job, but if you're making connections beyond LinkedIn, I recommend that, because even from a recruiter point of view, you have, again, that personal connection with somebody. It's so important.
Yeah, I think that's it needs to come back.
Yeah.
So in wrapping it up, just tell us some fun fact about Morgan.
Oh.
Yeah. Enough talking business.
Really?
Tell me something fun.
Anything?
Anything.
Okay. So I work
clean.
Yes. I'm PG. Fun fact about me is my entire world is digital. I'm pretty responsive for my clients, always on my phone. My favorite thing in the world is when I get to put my phone away and go hiking. And just go hiking, camping, go away for 3 days, with absolutely no cell service. So, thank God my clients are very, I respond quickly, so they appreciate when I'm gone. They don't mind. I get my work done. But that's a fun fact about me is I love unplugging. Probably my favorite thing.
I know. It makes me so nervous to unplug.
Any fun facts about you?
Geesh, I don't know. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Happy early birthday! I didn't know that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Taurus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Fun fact about me. I don't know. I used to play lady soccer, and I still want to play. But I just feel like I don't want to hurt myself, so I've taken a few seasons off.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of HR professionals that play ladies soccer, and we see each other on the field quite often. So it's interesting.
Maybe we should do a SHRM soccer league.
Maybe
I
we
could
should.
ref.
That would be a fun event.
Yeah, that would actually be. Yes. See, bringing
maybe,
real life back to work.
Maybe we'll try something.
Yeah.
Like that. That'll be fun. We'll do a networking mixer.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the idea. Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sound of HR. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you next time.